After almost a week of chaos caused by fuel protests, Dublin's Okonnell Street is due to fully reopen in the coming hours, following a major Garda operation in the capital overnight. Hundreds of Gardaí, including members of the Public Order Unit, were involved in the removal of protesters and vehicles. There's still disruption on several of the country's busiest roads, while the M50 has been cleared and access to Dublin Airport restored.
An operation in the dead of night to end a 5-day blockade of Dublin's city centre. At 3:30 a.m, Okonnell Street and the roads surrounding it were locked down by Gardaí. The Public Order Unit moved in, supported on the ground by the mounted unit, the Garda helicopter overhead and the water unit patrolling the Liffey below. Protesters and members of the public directed to leave, and they did so quickly and peacefully. It's 4:45 in the morning, and over the last hour members of the Public Order Unit have swept Okonnell Street, knocking on the tractors and trailers, asking people to leave, and it appears now that the street has been fully cleared. Some trucks and tractors left before the operation began. Others gradually returned to vehicles and drove off under Garda escort. As day broke over Dublin, a small number still blocked Okonnell Street, but by lunchtime the capital's main street was clear. No need to call in the Defence Forces.
It has been a very difficult week, I have to say. It is not pleasant, and it has been very difficult in terms of our national infrastructure being blockaded for that number of days. Having the graduated response was something that we had to balance in terms of risk of people's safety, and I think over the past number of hours we've had a very, very successful conclusion.
Organisers confirmed their blockade of Okonnell Street was over, but said their protest is not.
The protest will stay going because there's no change until there's an agreement on the issues. That's the cause of this crisis in fuel prices and cost of living crisis.
And what format will they likely take? Will you be back on Okonnell Street?
That's quite possible. That's quite possible. Anything is possible. Like lads can go home and regroup. A lot of lads want to go home and take maybe a day's rest and come back out because until the issues are solved, the protest doesn't end.
The blockade of Okonnell Street symbolised the chaos fuel protests caused throughout the country this week. Now less than 12 weeks until Ireland takes over the EU presidency, Gardaí and the government will be keen to ensure a shutdown of the capital's main thoroughfare doesn't happen again. Samantha Library, RTE News, Dublin.
Blockades and protests at Gway Port, the Port of Foynes and Rosslare Europort have also ended. Early this morning, Gardaí moved in to clear protesters in Galway, while in Limerick a vote was taken to end the blockade of Foynes. The public is being warned, however, that it could take several days for fuel supplies to be restored.
The mood among protesters at Gway Port last night was defiant. Vehicles were parked across the main road, blocking access, and from around 4 o'clock this morning, demonstrators began to construct a makeshift barrier along the bridge leading to the terminal. Hours later, shortly before 8 o'clock this morning, the Garda Public Order Unit, along with uniformed Gardaí, moved in to end the blockade.
Right, lads, last chance, we're going to move. Lads, conversation is on. Knocking into conversation. Are you going to move?
They began to dismantle the makeshift barricade. Railings, wooden pallets and felled trees were cleared before the Public Order Unit moved in and directed protesters to leave. The majority did so peacefully, although some were resistant.
Shame on you all. You need to start standing up yourself.
This morning, Gardaí moved to secure the bridge leading to the port's terminal. A Defence Forces heavy lift recovery truck assisted with clearing the barrier, while a second truck operated by the Defence Forces also helped to restore access to the harbour. At Foynes Port in Limerick, a motorcade of trucks and tractors led by a group of bikers signalled the end of the blockade there. The decision to stand down the protest at lunchtime today came following discussions with local Gardaí.
We came here to make a point, an effective point, and we have done that. It's just a pity that we had to escalate a protest to this level to bring our government to the table to get fairness for every working person around this country.
At 2 o'clock this afternoon, protesters restricting access to Rosslare Europort in County Wexford also stood down their blockade. The vehicles blocking the village of Kilran were moved away and the protesters left the area peacefully.
We are hoping to God that the government do come out and say something, lads. But if we're willing to come down and stand down from a protest, well then it's up to the government now to show that they're willing to come and talk.
After almost a week of disruption, today's developments will ensure fuel can be delivered to forecourts across the country again. Sinead Hussey, RTE News, Galway.
More on the situation from our team across the country. Colman O'Sullivan joins us now from Okonnell Street in Dublin. Colman, what's the latest from there?
Well, the street here remains closed to vehicles. There is a Garda presence at the top and the bottom of the street and on many of the side streets leading on to Okonnell Street, blocking vehicles coming on. People are being allowed to walk and cycle along the street. There are plenty of people on the street. We were told that the road will reopen to vehicles within the next few hours, and it's hoped that it will be back to normal for Monday morning rush hour tomorrow. But as of now, there's still considerable disruption to public transport in Dublin city centre, with Dublin bus routes not using Okonnell Street, the Lewis Green line suspended along Okonnell Street, and also Bus Áras not operating, which is having an effect on bus errand services in and out of Dublin City. Just to say, around the country, Traffic Infrastructure Ireland are also reporting significant disruption to the road network. On many of the major routes there are roadblocks. They are reporting roadblocks still on the M1 at Carlingford, on parts of the N2, on the M4, the M6, M7, M8 and 9, and also the M11 and M18. So anybody planning to travel on the major roads this evening should check the Transport Infrastructure Ireland website and social media channels to plan their journey. We hope that Okonnell Street will be back to normal in a few hours, but we have to wait and see.
OK, let's turn now to County Limerick and our Midwest correspondent Micheál Martin, who joins us now from Foynes. And Micheál, the protests there ended peacefully at lunchtime today.
Yes, Kate, all's quiet in Foynes, County Limerick today. I'm at the roadway that leads into the port of Foynes, where protesters had mounted a blockade earlier in the week. A vote was taken this morning and the outcome was to lift the blockade at lunchtime today. And at exactly 1 o'clock, a group of bikers from Limerick and Clare led a motorcade of trucks and tractors and vans away from the site and onto the N69. And that happened after constructive consultation with local Gardaí here in Limerick, led by Superintendent Michael Fleming. Gardaí had made a presence since then and other protesters have dispersed this afternoon. Fuel tankers have been coming and going since the blockade was lifted. Now, protesters said that they wanted this to be a peaceful protest, and they felt that it was. They felt they had the support of the general public, and they didn't want to lose that support if the protest was to continue into next week. And they were keen for the protest to conclude peacefully in consultation and in cooperation with An Garda Síochána. Kate.
And finally, let's turn to Rosslare Europort, where Mark O'Driscoll is standing by for us. Mark, a broad welcome for the ending of these blockades, but the fuel industry warning it could take a while for things to get back to normal.
That's correct, Kate, and normal operations beginning to resume here at Rosslare Europort this evening, but the operator of the port, Irish Rail, Ian Rodarin, warning that delays can be expected as that backlog is shifted over the coming days. And it's a similar picture, as you mentioned, for the fuel industry. The CEO of Fuels for Ireland, Kevin McPartlin, saying today that Ireland is beginning to crawl back its fuel supply. However, he told RTE's This Week programme that this will take days, not hours. So the impacts of these blockades across the country over recent days still very much being felt at the pumps this evening, Kate.
Mark O'Driscoll in County Wexford, Micheál Martin in County Limerick and Colman O'Sullivan in Dublin City Centre. Thank you all. Well, the Cabinet met today to discuss the situation and agree a measure of supports for hauliers, agri-business and other groups. In the last few minutes, the Taoiseach has been outlining what has been agreed, including on the issue of excise duty. Well, for more on this, we're joined now by our political correspondent, Micheál Martin, who's outside government buildings. Micheál, what's been said?
This is a significant announcement, Kate, and there had been an expectation that there would be a fuel support scheme for farmers, agri-contractors and hauliers. That's all there, but this announcement too is taking account of the fuel price at the pump across the board, and those current excise cuts that are in place. They've been extended to the end of July, but there is now a further cut of 10 cent per litre on petrol and diesel, and also 2.4 cent on green diesel. So the total cost of this intervention, along with the previous one, I think is somewhere now in the order of 770 million, which the government hope can alleviate some of the difficulties that has faced the population and of course has led to those unprecedented levels of protests over the last number of days. The Taoiseach has been outlining some of the measures in the last few minutes, as you'll hear now.
We have today agreed to further mitigate the impact on households and businesses enduring energy price shock arising from the conflict in the Middle East. Government is now extending the temporary measures to reduce excise duty on petrol, diesel and marked gas oil from the end of May to the end of July. Further reducing mineral oil taxes, the government is by 10 cent per litre on petrol, 10 cent per litre on diesel and 2.4 cent per litre on marked gas oil. Postponing the increase in carbon tax from May until the budget in October.
That is a significant development too, the postponing of the carbon tax, something which the government was seen reluctant to do, but they have done it. But of course there is still political fire in this, and when the Dáil resumes on Tuesday, Sinn Féin will table a no confidence motion in the government, something which has the support of the opposition. Government have the numbers to win that, but they are seeking to rally their own troops as well. As it stands, Fianna Fáil has asked all its TDs and senators to make their way to Dublin early tomorrow morning for a special parliamentary party meeting.
OK, Micheál Martin at Government Buildings, thank you for that update.